Welcome to more Gran Turismo 6 Quick Match Specialtatin. Today is the first race that I recorded where I knew that GT Sport Closed Beta was ending. So, because that's sort of kind of sad news, it does make for good news with these races, and there probably will be more of these now that there ain't the beta. And to celebrate there being more of these, I figured I'd do a rapid racer rundown. We have... should have used a prototype. Cuda. Would have been fast if it wasn't for... Ram and Rotary. Yeah, there's 4 exact same cars in a row there, so that probably wasn't the best rapid racer rundown, but nonetheless, yeah, GT Sport Closed Beta is ending or ended or whenever I upload this. It ends July 16th. So that probably means there will be more GT6 Quick Match Specialtatin, which I guess is good for people who like this kind of thing. This is the old game, but I guess it'll become the not old game once the beta is ended, because there's nothing newer than this. This ain't the newest, but it's now kinda sorta, I guess. So anyway, it's not exactly the newest to racing either. There's some familiar things, like cheating Zixers, still. But whatever. At least it's not a Jixer in the lead yet. At Jiminy Cricket, that's probably even been said before too. And then in 2 turns, it's a Jixer in the lead. But we'll see, folks. We'll see. And another thing too, if there's probably going to end up being more of these in the future. Somebody tipped me on this a while ago and mentioned it again. Is one of the ways to quote unquote enhance the experience of watching the Specialtatins is to turn captions on to see how well I can pick up with my country accent and such, and all of the phrasing I used in such that ain't really all that much used in such, like right yonder and holy snikes and Jiminy Cricket and Specialtatin and all those good ones right yonder. And yeah, that's definitely is a good thing to do, is turn on the captions and then try to read the stuff. Because one of the things where I got tipped on, again, that it's a good thing to watch these, is that apparently when I say Jixer, it actually, in the captions, like, types it out to where people who read it as GSXR, which is actually what the cars are called. So I think I figured out where the original form of Jixer came from, is somebody looking at it in captions, and GSXR and Jixer both equal the same captions. So there you have it. There's the origin of Jixer, apparently. And watch, if you're watching this in captions, if it works correctly, when I say Jixer, it should come up as GSXR. I guess that's cool. I guess. And another thing that's cool is this race right yonder, because that Ram's catching up to that GSXR. Let's see how it ends up putting in caption GSXR. If it messes up and says a different word, but yet when I say Jixer, they're saying the right thing. Anyway, here's another Jixer GSXR that sounds different for whatever reason, and it is getting caught slowly by the Ram, which sounds normal. And yeah, that's something and a half, folks, I guess. that one doesn't even sound correct, and it ain't really racing all that correct either. But Jiminy Cricket is getting caught by a pickup truck. I mean, Jiminy Cricket, that's been in some races before. The Jixer's getting caught by a pickup truck, but yeah, you still have the one that blows everybody out of the water. But, well, that's just the nature of these races, folks. You can have good racing, you can have close racing, but it ain't necessarily going to be for a lead unless it is between 2 Jixers. So, yeah, with me being a Ram, I can't necessarily always see if there's a good race for the lead, if the leaders are crazy fast, because I won't be up near them. But sometimes it does indeedy dandy happen where the leaders are about equal speed to me, even though they aren't Jixers, they're just not as fast than the Jixers. And you still have some cheaters like that. Ha ha ha, he messed up on the cut. That's happened in some other races too, but that can happen 24/7 in every race and it'll still be funny. It's always nice, especially when it is a GSX, when it messes up around that first turn, cutting a turn that you shouldn't cut. The game even counts it as cutting and gives a penalty, which ain't enough of a penalty. So they tried to manipulate the PD logics, but then it still fails for them. Anyway, that's pretty big cool, folks. That's pretty big cool. And I was looking forward for all that 10 seconds, and those 10 seconds have passed, and now there's a ram right in the back there. And it's a straightaway, so that ram should have the straightaway speed, but can he get the pass done, folks? Let's just see. As of now, the ram is barely off the pace of the Gixxer there. And now it's actually on the outside of the Gixxer, so they're pretty much even, but it's a hard thing to do to pass on the outside, especially on a Gixxer, especially when you're in a ram. Even though rams always mystify, still the outside line doesn't necessarily mystify quite as much as an inside line would. But let's see if the ram could still end up doing something anyway. It couldn't quite get it done there, but it should have the momentum where it did take the outside line there. So let's see, folks, can it end up getting a pass done by the end of the race? I don't know. It's going to need a whole heck of a heap of a run, which actually has a pretty complicated run, but not quite enough there. But nonetheless, even though Gixxer blew everyone out of the water again, which we've seen before, we still saw another good race, which we've seen before too. But like a Gixxer failing around this turn, you can see that 100 times and it'll still be cool. And you can see good racing 100 times and it'll still be cool. And then that GT Sport closed beta is ending. Y'all might be seeing these more. I ain't gonna say 100 times, but we'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see. Yeehaw! Jiminy Cricket. It's after the race that Ram's already slowing down. I still say probably at least 20% of his rearview mirrors filled with that Ram. Jiminy Cricket, Rams always mystify.